Hello and welcome to the second part of my Halo 6 trilogy series. In this part I'm going to talk about why, if we're lucky, there will be a Halo 7 and maybe even more side games. So for this, I will be again referring to the article I used in the previous video, as well as my own thoughts and opinions. I'm Dragon Tamer Spartan 251, and let's just get straight into it. So first off, let's think back to Halo Combat Evolved. Believe it or not, it actually has some similarities with Halo 5. Do you remember playing it for the first time? If you hadn't played one of the other Halo games, or heard much about it, it's actually not got that much information in it. We don't know who the Covenant or the Foreigners are. We don't even really know who the UNSC are. And this actually leaves a lot of plot holes and questions about the universe, about where we are. None of this mattered though, because it was all so wondrous and mysterious, which actually added to its charm and why it's so great in the first place. The scenery and the places, the surroundings, the plotline, the action and adventure. The mysteriousness of not knowing much actually led to more fun in the game than anything. But in Halo 5, we see that more as just a lack of content. For example, one of my favourite things from Halo Combat Evolved, and even from Halo 2 and 3, is that we are the last Spartan. There's none others. Finata, none. Because there is no proof that there is another Spartan. There's hardly ever even a mention of another Spartan. Until Halo Reach, there's no other Spartans in the games at all. And in Halo Reach, most of them die anyway. So it's not till Halo 4 and the introduction of Spartan 4s that we even know there is other Spartans. So I find that's one of the it's one of my favourite little things from Halo Combat Evolved in the early games, that we just didn't know all this information. But then comes Halo 2 and 3, and things started to get clearer, and questions were being answered. In the same fashion, I hope that Halo 6 is used to flesh out the characters, the personalities, answer questions, give us backstories, actually make us care for Team Osiris, as well as Blue Team. Blue Team is really cool in the books, but not so much in the game. And what about Chief? Where did all that character development from Halo 4 go? Let's have that back maybe. So kinda in the way that Halo 2 gave us the whole leadership of the Covenant, as well as 4 new Covenant races, more information about the Foreigners and the Flood. We're shown the whole UNSC Empire, all the stations around the Earth, this huge metropolis of what Earth is. It's kind of like that, just instead of for Halo 2, it'll be Halo 6 this time, and it'll be more about character development and actually making us care about these characters instead of just developing the world like Halo 2 did. There are, though, of course, a few differences between Halo 5. Actually, there's quite a lot of differences, but mainly that Halo 6 will be the third part of the Reclaimer story, not the second, like Halo 2 was, hence the name. But for that, I refer to the article on the screen now, showing that it will be a saga, which implies another game after Halo 6. As for the fact that Halo Combat Evolved was epic, even with its flaws, which actually just made it better, and it's one of the best games of all time, and Halo 5, well, isn't? I have no answer for that one. Halo 5's just not got a great story. But we have to admit, there are some cool places in Halo 5. I mean, the Sangheili homeworld was actually a really cool idea to put in. So maybe if Halo 5 had been the original of its line, it wouldn't have been as bad. I still think the flaws would have been a bit too many, but you can see the similarities of what maybe 343 was actually trying to go for. It's doubtful, but either way, there are similarities. Another way to look at all this is on a timeline. Halo Reach and the original Halo trilogy make up the original Halo Ring saga. The saga about getting, Halo Reach is about getting Cortana to the Pillar of Autumn, and obviously the trilogy is about stopping the Halo Rings and destroying the Flood. So then you have Halo 4. Halo 4, if you look at it in comparison to Halo 5, is almost standalone. So in its own way, much like Halo Reach is, it's like the prequel to the rest of the Reclaimer trilogy. Or, if we do get a Halo 7, you could say Halo 4 to 7 is the Halo Reclamation saga, much how Halo Reach to 3 is the Ring saga, with the sides game fitting in their appropriate places. So there you have it, a very short theory, but I think it's got enough information and facts to it to prove that there will be a Halo 7. In the next video of this trilogy, I'm going to go over the side games and new side games we can look forward to. Evidence and proof that there's going to be more side games is quite literally Halo 2, which you've almost definitely seen the trailers on if you like anything about Halo. As for that, I'm also going to be talking about the Halo enemies and the state they're now in the new games, namely the Covenant, and the sighting of the hearing of the Flood cry in the legendary ending for Halo 6, which if you watch, or Halo 5, which if you watch Halo Followers video, you'll see. So that's about it for this one. Shoot that subscribe button to stay informed, and like button, and tell me what you thought of the video down below. Is there going to be a Halo 7? Are they going to just try and wrap it all up in some huge epic space drama that'll probably end badly in Halo 6? Or what do you think? And if you want to know the reasons why I think Master Chief will die in one of the next games, click on this video here. So until next time, see ya, bye!